Hey babe, it's 1:56 a.m. my time, so 4:56 a.m. your time. Um, yeah, I did the dishes and watched a couple YouTube videos while I ate a cup of noodles, and I have juice, as the Nazis would say. Do you get it? Do you get it? I don't know why I'm saying that. But yeah, it's grape juice. Because, in case you couldn't tell, I'm black. So, just kidding. That'd suck. Um, yeah, so today I somewhat slept in, um, and talked to you, and, watched a little bit of baseball, played some Xbox and some Hearthstone, and did laundry. That's why there's no like sheets on my bed because they're still in the dryer. So gonna take those out. Might be too late to deal with putting my sheets on. I might just like throw them in the laundry hamper and just use my comforter for tonight. Um, but yeah, so I watched The Walking Dead, obviously. And my hair's all weird, but yeah, I don't know. I hope you weren't like disappointed or something that I like didn't want to be on the phone like during the show. I don't know. Like I'm sure I'm sure you already know, but like when there's like a new episode of a show that I'm like super into, then like I love like I need it to be like dead quiet, like not a sound. That's why like I would put signs up on my door before we met when The Walking Dead would be on or Game of Thrones is on and stuff, and just be like no one like knock on my door, no one try to talk to me, anything for an hour. That's it, only an hour. So. Um, But yeah, I don't have a problem like texting or anything like that. But we're just like outside sounds. I just like won't be able to focus on the show. And yeah, that's it. It's relatable to why I don't have any like posters or anything up behind my TV. Because I need it to be like a movie theater should be, where it's just like if it's all the same in the background, my eyes won't wander somewhere. It'll just be on the TV. But if I have like a poster or something up, like in my peripherals or especially like behind the TV or something, then my eyes will like look at it. Excuse me. But yeah. So I also vacuumed my room today and dusted off my table and my fridge and my entertainment setup. Shit. Got it. Second time. So I did that. Bootsy is asleep on my pile of laundry right now. Did you hear that? Yeah, my contact's in, and I'm like not tired at all, like not even a little bit. Yeah, I had fun talking to your mom about Harry Potter and vacations and stuff. Um, like, yeah, I mean, I knew that she obviously was like really into Disney and stuff, but I had no idea that she liked Harry Potter, so that's pretty cool. Um, as she was saying that, like, that she really liked the fourth movie slash book, and that um, and yeah, I was telling you that like the fourth one is my favorite also. Um, and and yeah, so it was fun talking to her about Harry Potter. I hope she likes me. Like, I don't know. I just hope that she really likes me. Um, yeah. So what else? I think that's about it. Um, hmm. Yeah. I mean, obviously, watch The Walking Dead. Then there's the talk show after it called The Talking Dead, hosted by Chris Hardwick. Um, so I watched that, and then when Kim came home from work at about 10 or so, um, then after she showered, then her, me, and my dad watched The Walking Dead because they didn't watch it early. Obviously, Kim was at work, and my dad waits for Kim to get home to watch it with her, and I wanted to see their reactions for stuff in the show. And oh my god, it was such a good episode. Like, let me tell you all about it. I'm just kidding. But it was so good. Going into today's episode, I wasn't really like feeling the hype for this new season because I was just thinking, the show, in my opinion, isn't as good as Game of Thrones. I mean, they're obviously very different, but still, they're both dramas. And so I was like, I'm just like super into Game of Thrones, and so I'm like waiting for Game of Thrones to start, and now there's a new season of this other show that I also really like starting, and so it's hard sort of to get hyped for this new season, but like I am super into it now. Like I bought the fourth season on Blu-ray, I think a week ago, and I was gonna try to do a Walking Dead marathon before this first episode, but it never happened. I was gonna get it anyway because of the first 3 seasons, so now the first 4. But yeah, I might still like watch the episodes of the previous seasons prior to next week's episode, but um, I never was really big into like seasons of TV shows, like really following a show almost like cult like until recently. I guess it started with The Walking Dead five, 4 or 5 years ago. I think 2009 was the first season of The Walking Dead. So yeah, 5 years ago was really the first instance I can remember of religiously following a TV show. And then Game of Thrones right after. Um, I actually didn't start watching Game of Thrones until after the very first season was over. I hadn't heard about it. And so my cousin Drew, I had seen that he was like a post, like conversation he was having with his friends on his wall, and one of his friends mentioned the show called Game of Thrones on HBO, and my parents recently um, had HBO when I was living at my old house and we had Cox Cable, um, and so they had got HBO. I think it was like a 6 month free thing because my dad was thinking about canceling it, and they were like, "No, we'll lower your bill, and we'll also give you 6 months free of HBO." And he was like, "Oh, okay." And so we got HBO, and I started watching and flipping through the shows that they had, and I had seen that on my cousin Drew's wall post that they were talking about a show called Game of Thrones, and one of them mentioned that it was on HBO, and I was like, I thought to myself, well, I have HBO now, so I'm gonna go check it out, see what it's all about. I watched the first episode, and the rest is history, as they say. I just fell in love with it, and I think I watched 10 episodes in each season, and I'm pretty sure I watched the first 3 or 4 that night. I just binge watched it that night. Finished the rest of the season the next day. So in 2 days, I watched 10 hours of Game of Thrones, which really isn't that much. I mean, we've done more than that when I would watch it with you, and I think we had to get like the last 3 episodes in um, before it was canceled when you were living here. So I think we watched like at least 3 in one day, but I think we watched an entire season in 2 days also. Um, but yeah, and so Game of Thrones is really the only show that The Walking Dead was the first show that I started religiously watching, and then it was Game of Thrones, and then it was Mad Men, which I saw um, all the episodes of, obviously, and those were the first 3 shows that I didn't start watching Mad Men until earlier this year. So I'll watch all 6 seasons of the show, this year. I think there's like 60 or 70 episodes, something like that. Um, and yeah, I mean, growing up, I would watch The Simpsons all the time. Thursday nights, I would watch The Simpsons from growing up in California. I would watch The Simpsons from what was it? It would be Simpsons from five to six would be back to back episodes of The Simpsons. So 5 to 6, on these would be on Thursdays. 5 to 6, and then it was Thursday night SmackDown of WWF before they switched it to WWE. But then it would be SmackDown, professional wrestling from 6 to 8. Um, every Thursday, and so that was my schedule of watching it. I think Simpsons were on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 5 to 6. Um, but yeah, what was that? NBC, I think it was. I forgot which station The Simpsons was playing on, but I mean, I watched that somewhat religiously, but I've never seen every Simpsons episode. I never went out and bought the seasons on disc or anything like that. For a while, I just didn't understand why people would do that. Like, it's a TV show. Why are you gonna go buy a disc? You're never gonna watch that TV episode again or something like that. But it's obviously not true. Like with Game of Thrones, you can watch every episode like over and over and over again, and it never gets old. Um, Pretty much the same with The Walking Dead, but not as much as it is with Game of Thrones. Like Game of Thrones, you can rewatch an entire season, um, and never get bored of watching it. Um, I watched Smallville. I guess that's probably the very first show I ever really got into. I've always really been into movies. I like watching movies. And so that was probably the first show I ever really got into. Obviously, being a huge Superman fan my whole life, then the show, um, Smallville came on, and it was just sort of like kids watching it exactly how they wish that their school experience would be. And it was because of that show that I would wear jeans and a button-up plaid shirt to school because I wanted to look like Clark Kent. Um, as nerdy as that is, uh, I I was 11 years old and I still remember purposefully dressing that way to school at least one day. This one day specifically, I remember dressing that way. Um, I was 11 years old. That was 11 years ago. um, but I've never seen every episode of um, Smallville, and I have seasons 1, 2, and 5 on DVD. I want to get them all on at least DVD, hopefully Blu-ray or something like that. But each season is like $30 or $40, and there's 10 seasons, and to spend 300 or 400 bucks on that's just DVD. If it's Blu-ray, you're talking like $50 per season. I mean, it's gonna cost you so much money like $500,000 just for this TV show. So I'm hoping to get all the episodes someday, but yeah, I don't know what the whole point of this ramble talking about my favorite TV shows was about, but yeah, after this video, I am gonna go get my stuff out of the dryer, get some more juice, probably play Hearthstone. Hearthstone can get rough because you will come across long losing streaks, like what happened to me today, and it'll come along long winning streaks, which I think I had one yesterday. I think I won 5 or 6 in a row. 2 of those because people quit like right when the game started. It's so weird when people do that. Like, I don't know, whatever. Maybe something came up and they had to like leave the house now or something. But yeah. So yeah, I probably might play some Hearthstone after this. Trying to get up at a decent time though. That way I can talk to you before I have to go to work. I don't have work until 5 my time, which is 8 o'clock your time, but like I still want to be able to talk to you on the phone and then text you like right up until I like clock in, you know. I'm not gonna get a break since I'm only gonna be there for 4.5 hours. At 4 hours, like, you know, you're supposed to get a 10-minute paid break, but the store closes when I'm 4 hours into it. So what's the point of taking a break? I mean, as much as I'm not gonna like pass it up if they like, you know, if I can take it, then sure, I'm not gonna pass it up, but still closes at the 4 hour mark, and anytime after that, like, shouldn't take more than 30 minutes to like make sure everything is where it's supposed to be, and then like, you know, clock out and leave. Like on Wednesday, it took like 25 minutes. The last Monday, it took like 35 to 40 minutes. So I don't know why with Nate it took longer closing the store, but it was faster with Wendy. But she might just be more with it and know what to do. Although she's younger than me, and I'm a lot younger than Nate, so I don't know. Like I said, Nate isn't really cut out for management. He doesn't really know how to like be like, oh yeah, let me inform you of what to do and stuff like that. He's just like, oh yeah, you just do this. Well, what if this happens? Oh yeah, well if that happens, just do this. And like, he doesn't give you all the information at once that people need, you know. But anyway, it's a long video, almost 25 minutes, so I'll let you go. And I thought the last video was pretty funny just for that one part, so Sorry, this one's not as funny, but now would be a time that I would like say a corny joke, but I don't have one. But yeah, so excuse me. Yeah, so I will talk to you soon. Hope you have a good day. Hope you enjoy your classes and people leave you alone and you have fun at practice and you get your homework done. And so it's good that you don't have a study hall because of your game tomorrow. And I say tomorrow because it is technically Wednesday. I mean, not Wednesday, Monday. I don't know why I said that. The game technically tomorrow since today is Monday. Um, but yeah, so I will talk to you soon, babe. Love you. Bye.